Hello!
Hey.
Hello.
What the hell is going on? I
Oh,
hope everybody is having a glorious, glorious Wednesday.
mm.
Goody goody for hump day. I would like to Souls Rolls, I see you in the chat. I see you. And I will answer that question for you. So the XP boost is something that happens on our Discord server. Um, and we will be implementing that very shortly. We were doing it on a different Discord server, and now I'm just consolidating everything onto one Discord server. And so that gives you bonuses in the server, and if there are little one shots and stuff like that, it gives you access to like better weaponry and all that kind of stuff. The What was the other one that you asked about? Was it I suddenly
Rare
lost my
magic
thought.
item slot.
Oh, a rare magic item slot. That is something that you can get. I think Felix, you got that at one point, right?
I did. I never got the item or anything for it, but
Well, you need to actually follow up on that, don't you?
well,
Because
I talked
I've
to you
got
about
enough
it,
to do.
and then it just disappeared. So I don't know. I figured
Oh, so you can give yourself or people can give your characters the ability to get a rare magic item.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it has to be a non-attunement
oh, that's cool.
thing, but they can get a rare or less.
How many
for that.
ally points do I need to save up to get like a very rare or
Well,
legendary
because you
even?
just asked that, 100 million.
100 million?
all
Okay.
of them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Alright.
How many
Yeah.
are
Gorf can probably do that.
100 million.
Alright, we'll work on getting there. 100 million. I'll hold you to that.
million.
Yeah.
100
Yeah.
million
If you get 100 million,
I wonder.
I will totally give you a legendary item if you get to 100 million channel points.
Alright, I'll do it.
I will absolutely do
Eventually
it.
I'll
One
get
day.
there. I wonder how high the counter actually goes up.
Yeah.
Not that high.
I
Probably
doubt
like
it.
9,999.
Oh, and Souls just gave her a rare item. All right,
No!
so thank
Oh,
you,
that's so
Souls.
nice.
Wow.
I'm sure Gorf was just bitching about how he doesn't have enough cool stuff.
No.
Yeah.
What? To
Nah,
be clear,
no, he was.
what I was
What?
saying
You were.
is that as a barbarian, there isn't a lot of things that change very often, and the magic items are the things that make the most interesting things that change.
Yeah.
That's it, and that's a completely fair statement.
Okay.
But I love my loot.
All right.
I'm biased
Well,
too.
why don't you
Now,
go see? Why
I'm
don't
a
you go see
min-max
what
player.
rare item you want,
Oh, okay.
and I will decide whether or not you may have that rare item.
Alright, this is gonna be a dance.
Nothing with flying.
Oh,
Nothing.
no.
with flying.
I love being powerful in the game, but I draw the line there for sure. That would not even be fun
That's
for
why
me.
I won't cross that line.
Right,
will
flying
not-
in this game is no one.
It's-
I mean, I already do have flying.
It's ridiculous.
So.
And you said non-attunement, right? That's.
Everything with flying.
I
I'm
honestly,
out of attunement slots anyway.
I honestly forgot that the Bard's instrument does that.
It gives flying, yeah.
When I gave it to you, I was like, oh.
That was so good during that drow fight, though. Holy shit!
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
He threw like 3 towers in one turn. It was fucking crazy.
That
Yeah.
was
No,
amazing.
that was
Because I
delightful.
had haste from chat.
Yeah,
too,
haste and fly.
Oh my
and
god.
flying. So
I
it was
love
just
it.
like, oh yeah, I activate all 3 of these towers right now. So
Apparently, I am 100% a masochist and enjoy having my players. I enjoy spending hours designing fabulous things and then giving my players the one thing that will allow them to destroy it in less than 30 seconds.
that's fair. That's fair.
And sorry, just
That's-
no,
oh my
not an
God.
attunement item. I just want to make sure so I can look at the right things.
Yeah, Lando, no. Not a
Right
goddamn
now?
attunement item.
Yeah, cool.
Like,
Because
come on.
actually,
Come on.
I don't want to get rid of the items I have for attunement anyway. So.
Keep them anyway.
Dude, you're so funny, bro. I love you.
Good
This is
lord.
the part of the game that I
So-
really like. Okay, don't
Just
judge
to-
me.
Just to recap, there is We had our season finale. They beat the BBG, which turned out to be a pit fiend that was a friend of theirs from the Prismatic Sleigh. Also, Glacia, the Princess of Hell, got murdered by Lolth, the mistress of the Demon Web Pits. So, yeah, a lot of stuff happened. Now they're blowing off some steam. They are getting ready for a party. Currently, Athul is super busy at his tavern, serving drinks, doing the things. Gruna is on stage with them, playing a fierce flute, I think it is, that she plays. But everyone else is here today, and we are going to essentially get to know some of the NPCs from around the world and maybe even around the multi. You never know. And will there be some crazy things that happen? Who knows?
Of course
This
there will.
this group has a tendency to get themselves into some weird situations. So
Never.
that's right, Danielle. It couldn't happen to a better team.
Mhm.
So yes, also it's a new month, so our subs and our bits have now been cleared. So anybody that wants to take the top slot up in there, jump on it, make it happen, and you will be there for the month. You will be our fabulousness. You will be our inspiration for the month, with your name right up there on the leaderboard. In addition, we also have this. So today's going to be heavy on a lot of weird checks. Well, hello there to you too, Spirit J King. There is, what am I supposed to say? I'm sorry. He said hello there, so I'm supposed to say General Kenobi.
He said the line. He said it.
You're so hip with the kids, Kyle. Wow.
Yeah.
I
wow.
sure am. I am. I'm the
Turd.
coolest. We've got a whole bunch of stuff going on new on the channel. We've got all kinds of fun stuff. We've got new things that you can do with bits. You can give bonuses and things like that, which will probably come in super useful today. And we are going to be, thank you for the follow. And Danielle, hold on to that, Danielle. You can give somebody a +2 or a -2. And for following Spirit King, you get a little sparkle from Corton. You sure do.
I love our little new emotes and stuff that happen on our stream. They're so cool.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I think they're delightful. So Danielle, you can, if you look down in the About section of the page,
Oh my god.
it'll give you a whole list of what you can do with bits now on
They
the
don't
stream.
even care. They know what they want and they went
Yep.
for it.
That's right. So Dill,
Thank you, Danielle.
so you get a +2 to something. And yeah, we are also going to be creating a list of things that you can do when you do a gift stub. So that'll be probably here next week. So that'll be super fun too. In addition, we have now amassed a bunch of art from our resident artist, Guillermo, and makes me very, very happy. And so we are probably actually going to start creating some merch that features Guillermo's art and delightful little sayings and little things that have happened. I really want one. There was something that happened in season 1, and I really want. Only people who are familiar with the stream will. But I really want like a mug that has Gorf's face on it, and on the other side, it says, "There's a bear shit in the temple."
A bear shit in a temple.
Instead of "Does a bear shit in the woods?"
That's
He does.
amazing.
That would be awesome.
Dude, we could sell so many of this.
I'd buy one.
I would buy one 100%.
I want a shirt. I want 5 different shirts, and I'll wear one for every day that
Per
we
stream.
stream.
There you go. I love it. So, a lot of things going on today. I would love for people in the stream, and I will be reminding people of this throughout the stream. If you want to throw in something, say rumor, and then something that the characters might hear in the crowd at the party. And we will see if people actually hear it and what they do with it. I think that'll be super delightful.
Oh, that's gonna be so
So,
cool.
so jump on in there when the party starts. There's gonna be people from everywhere. So this is gonna be fun today. All right. So why don't we just jump into it? We're setting up the party. We've all been meeting in the tavern. And Felix just got an amazing legendary item. He got a legendary item because we hit a level 5 hype train. It is medieval. It is 10 years after the bodies of the gods have escaped the orbit of the planet, allowing planar travel again. So now things like healing and the undead can be done, but they've only had access to that for about 10 years. People don't understand why I'm just randomly talking about this. Sorry, I am responding to a question in chat. So the reason that he got this fabulous legendary item is because we actually hit a level 5 hype train last week, and Lando was like, hey, if we hit level 5, maybe we can get a legendary item. And I was like, you know what? Yes, you can. You sure as hell can. So he now has what? Felix, why don't you tell them what you got?
Let me pull it up on my inventory because it's really cool. I got the Storm Girdle legendary item in its dormant state. And basically what it does is it makes me the strongest character in Delver's Dream in our party. You know,
Yeah.
what is it?
Stronger
21
than Gore.
strength score. That's pretty ridiculous. And
It's,
also,
it's nuts.
yeah,
Carry me now.
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who don't know, my character is a mouse folk who is 2 foot tall, and now he can pick up a bear folk with ease. So yeah, that's fun. You know,
It's going to be new and exciting.
I can't wait
What
to
goes
use
on
this
with
thing.
that? So we are all currently in the tavern, discussing things. The tables have been laid full of fabulous food that Gorf, who is a bear barbarian but also is a chef and loves to cook, has been helping to create. There is music in the tavern by some of the party members, but also other people that have arrived. And because this is now the christening of the mine has officially become the property of the adventurers that helped liberate it from the demons. The
That's
contract,
us.
that's these fabulous adventurers. It is now theirs, which means there will be dignitaries from all over the continent here today. Word had been sent out weeks ago that they were close to finishing, and so many dignitaries from different lands are going to be here, and they are going to get to see how they do with them, because last time Gorf peed on 3 of them and started incidents with 5 different
Well,
countries.
I mean, he was drunk, so.
You say that like you did it on purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Never good enough
Like, who's,
excuse.
oh
when I
yeah,
was drunk.
that's a fun thing to do.
So let's jump right into it, shall we? Let's just see what's going on today in Delver's Dream. Corton has left, leaving you alone in the tavern. You start to hear the hustle and the bustle from the crowd outside. You realize that people are now starting to show up. People that you haven't seen probably since the night of the night market. What do you do?
time.
Goru still has been not had a chance to still yet go change. So Goru runs and is still covered in blood and all sorts of things.
Sure. So
um,
he'll head to his apartment. There is an apartment for you.
Yeah.
It is. Why don't you, when you get into your apartment, since this is the first time you're heading there, why don't you tell us what your apartment looks like?
Ooh.
Yeah, so I get into my apartment and it's just a very, Goru is a very kind of minimalist. He doesn't like, it's just like kind of a mat roll on the floor. He has lots of plants, but just like his basic amenities, a very small like chest for his like 1 or 2 changes of clothes. And he has some like he's a diplomat, so in there you kind of just see like one very nice piece of like attire, tunic and just this little vest and a very simple chain and ring. He has a tiny like little shrine to his god, the ancients, and that's about it. Unfortunately, as soon as Goro gets into the room by himself, he's hit with this just like wave of just like shame and anger from the incident last week with his father. And he just kind of goes and like in the middle of him like cleaning up and washing up, just like kind of you see like he's fracturing, shaking and trembling and just like picking up stuff and like wanting to like throw it and break it and like trying to take a breath and just is like, what do I need to do next? And just goes and gets ready like for the party. But is like, yeah.
Well, that was fabulous. Loved it. And as that happens, suddenly you start hearing little party music outside. So while Goru is falling apart in his room, the festivities begin outside the door. What is the rest of the party doing?
Well,
Oh, look at that. It's a party.
I heard my cue, even though I'm still looking at magic items.
yeah. I imagine Gorf like up against like a chest full of magic items, and he's just digging through them and like scooting stuff around. Well, guys, sounds like the party's starting with or without us. So, I've got work
I have
to do.
push-ups.
So I
Oh,
think
you
I'm
do?
going to- Oh, Goru has push-ups?
Yeah, Goru's got some push. Oh, all right. As the DM, I want to be supportive of my players. So, all right, gonna do some push-ups. Gotta do some push-ups. Push-ups. All right. Let's
All
see if
right,
I can
friends.
describe this while I'm doing push-ups. Okay, so as you go outside, you see how many? 4. You see. I'm not sure if this is gonna work.
7,
You
9,
you
8,
can take a
1,
break from
2.
11, 12,
In the middle of
13,
emotional trauma
14.
and get push-ups. That's great.
Right?
16,
Thanks, Vendetta. Or
17,
Vendetta.
18.
Yeah,
Right.
thanks, Vendetta.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go.
Oh wait, I forgot. Look at this. I got Dill in
Oh,
his
that's
outfit here.
sick.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
I love it in his fancy outfit.
And me and him match.
Yay. So, as you step outside, you see that everyone has been very busy at work, putting up decorations. You see Corton shaping stone into statues. You even see the Diadem has been helping some of the trees look a little more festive, as though there are little lights dancing amongst the branches. You see beautiful, beautiful streamers everywhere, created by the various inhabitants. You even see from some of the little goblins, they've sort of, with a little bits of charcoal, tried to make pretty designs on the walls. Obviously, they're terrible, but they tried. They tried, and you know, gods love them for it. You also see that there are many tables with food and drink laid out all over the place, and you see a giant carpet has actually been laid into the mine, and you see all of the lights in the mine dancing. See the doors thrown open to the second level, to the market level as well. If you were to go down there, you would see the kitchens are just vibrant with life as more and more food is being generated and put out. That the ballroom is full of people right now chatting, but soon enough they will be dancing. And there are even a few deals being made as you walk through the market. Even though there are only a few people there in the market, even now, money will exchange hands. So, what is there anybody out there that you would like to go speak to? Is there anyone that you'd like to see in the party?
In the party? Oh, in the party, not in the party. Okay.
Parte, not the party.
For now, Felix, I think the first thing Felix wants to do is go talk to Blix.
Okay, so you find the blue Abishai. For those who don't know, they fought. Initially, they fought at level 5. They fought 5 Abishai of different colors that barely managed to defeat them with the help of a red dragon somehow. They managed to kill 2 of them. Then later on in the mine, the 3 that were left came back and tried to kill them again. This time, they did some pretty astonishing persuasion rolls and convinced one of the brothers, they were all 5 brothers, convinced one of the brothers to jump over to their side.
7.
So, yes, they are level 7. So there is now a blue Abishai on the payroll in the mine. So you will find him sort of downstairs. He feels a little more comfortable in the goblin area of the mine. So he's down, sort of hanging out near the door to the Goblin City.
Blix, what are you doing all the way down here? The party's already started.
I don't think the people up there really want to see me at the party. Nobody wants the demon showing up.
I understand, especially after, clearing the mine. But that's the point. I want to be clear with you that part of my dream for this mine going into the future is that I want it to be open to all people. And I want you to kind of be in the center to start helping that happen. If they see you helping organize and doing good in the town and during this festivity, then even if it's a step closer, that's what is needed. I mean,
I think you might have me mistaken with someone else, dear.
no,
I'm not
Blix,
here
there is
to
no
do...
one else. There is
I'm
no
not
one else
here.
that can do this.
I'm not here to do good. I'm here to survive. I betrayed me kind. I will be killed on sight if I head down anywhere into the lower realms. We all know that. I'm here to save my hide until I can find a better place to be. You
Blix,
convince me different. Maybe I'll help you out, but what's in it for me?
what's in it for you? They, even the demons down in the deep, they need you. In the
No,
ninth
they
house,
don't.
yes, they do. Who else has the opportunity to be on the inside of one of the most pivotal moments of history like this?
You
To
had a
be
pit fiend. You had a pit fiend hanging about, and you had no idea he was here. You thought he was a little Karen of a woman.
now
Let him
that's
run
why
about
we
your
have
shop.
you. That's why we have you, because I need information that only you can get. Like I said earlier, I really need you to do this. I need you personally, Blix. Will you do this for me? Please?
Well, you haven't actually asked me to do anything, have you? You
I
just
want
asked. You
you
just
to
told
come
me
up.
what I'm supposed to be doing. You haven't given me any sort of reason.
I want you to do. I mean, if you said you're doing this for survival, right?
I sure am.
It doesn't really look like you're doing much surviving right now. And why would you just settle for surviving when you could be thriving in a place where people aren't just used to you but have a good opinion of you? You could be thriving, Blix.
How exactly?
I mean, look around this place. Have you seen any place with more people, with more commerce, more riches? And you just want to sit here and squalor? Doesn't make any sense to me.
I'll
Now,
think about it. I'll think about what I want in return. If I'm going to become a true turncoat, if I'm going to sell out the entirety of demonkind, I'll have to think about it.
it's not selling out if you're helping them as well. I mean, people don't like demons. But if you can prove that they can live among the rest of us, that could
They
change.
can't, little mouse. They literally will just murder people just because they like the way the blood looks on the floor.
Maybe so. Maybe for some of them.
It's what it means to be a demon. Devils, that's a different story. They'll abide by contracts and agreements. Demons won't. You can't ever trust them.
So there's no other way I can persuade you to come up
I
now?
said, let me
Wait
think
for it?
about it. And with that,
Yes,
he
that's all I
he
can
just
ask.
sort of heads out the door. He heads through the door into the Goblin City proper and sort of disappears amongst some of the buildings.
All right, I'll walk back to the party.
Anyone else want to go find someone fabulous to talk to?
I'll catch Felix as he's walking back. Excuse me, Felix. When will we be performing?
Oh, I thought you were performing with Gruna. She's already on stage.
Aren't you performing?
I honestly wish I could. There's too much to do around here. Too much handshaking, and important people are going to be here. I don't know. Maybe if I find time later.
Maybe just the two of us do something quick later. Just a few minutes on stage together. For Sune.
That's
I'd like
right.
Like that. You know what? I will plan some time apart. Whenever you go on stage, I'll run up there with you.
Thank you, Felix. I'm going to go look for a friend real quick, but I'll catch up with you later.
Sounds good. See you then.
So cute.
I'm just gonna look and see if Eliza made it to the party. She might not even have heard of it, but I just want to see.
So she did not. This was this is a party for the nobles and the elite. So she's not considered that as the coroner. She doesn't normally get invited to all the fancy parties. But if at any point you want to travel down to Joaquin's Spiral, she'll be there.
Could I send a message somehow? Maybe send someone to invite her or something?
Certainly, you see plenty of people in the entourages of some of the visiting dignitaries that are obviously messengers. So there's plenty of opportunity if you want to write a little letter to her to send that off.
Sure. I'll just like write a quick invite, very personal. Make sure it's like from me, and send a messenger, tip him a few gold, and then I'll get on stage with Gruna and start playing with my violin for a bit.
Fabulous. All right. And Gorf, is there anybody that you would like to go and have a little chat with?
Probably the merchant princes that he peed on, but he's probably he's probably nervous. Maybe he won't.
God.
Even that response is very Gorf.
Hopefully they just like the food. Forget about
Let me see. There's an I see your list. Gorf.
I gave you some options.
I will say, so the list that he has asked for, and I'll ask chat.
Here,
I've got my
I can put it
ideas.
up in chat.
Yeah, so these are the ones that that Gorf wants for his rare items. I'm not gonna give you a stone to summon an earth elemental. That's not gonna happen.
Ooh, yeah, no, that
I was shocked that
would've
wasn't
been cool.
achievement. It allows him to cast Conjure Elemental.
Dude, Onyx
Wow.
Dog is pretty sick.
I
was
mean,
like,
I
wanna
Once a
would,
day?
I would,
Spell
Not
I,
once?
I would not be opposed to an onyx dog,
Blue dog.
because it's a dog, you know.
That's so cute.
No, Fizz Cannon, I'm here for that solution. There's, I think, we already have a Mirror of the Past.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
doesn't Gruna have that?
Okay.
No,
I'm gonna need you to pull it together. There's, I think the Horde of Blasting is a little too powerful. But Dimensional Shackles. So the Cauldron of Plenty, for instance, you would not be able to carry with you, so you can have that for like the camp, but you know that's not something that you can bring.
Don't we have a bag
It's
of
too
holding I
big.
could throw it in? Doesn't it feel like a
It's-
bag of holding?
That's true.
It's too big to go in a bag of holding.
Won't fit in the
pretty big.
pop.
Yeah.
Because it's
yeah.
got to still fit in the actual opening of a bag of holding.
Well, a bag of holding can fit a medium creature. That should be
Oh.
fit a cauldron.
It's like 30
So as the DM, I am ruling that you cannot put the Cauldron of Plenty into a bag of holding, because of the way that the extra dimensional spaces in both would interact.
Oh, that's
A cauldron has. Oh, yeah, they would fucking explode.
Yeah. So you can have so we can choose between the Figurine of Wondrous Power, the Cauldron of Plenty, or the Dimensional Shackles.
the dog,
I'm gonna-
'cause he could talk.
So we're gonna do a
He
new
has the 8
poll,
intelligence.
which
Oh, we're gonna poll it, yeah,
rare item for Gorf, and it is the Onyx Dog, the Cauldron of Plenty. If I can
What does
learn
that
to
do
spell one
exactly?
day. and it creates food enough for I think what, like 30 people or something like that.
I think
each
it's
day.
like 120. So it's like 30 gallons, and you make soup, and you can feed 4 people per
Yeah,
gallon
you
of
can
soup.
feed. Yeah, you can feed a
That-
lot
that
of
would be
people.
pretty good for the town.
All right,
Well, we
it's
do
only gonna
have
be
3 hero feasts.
only gonna be a minute long, so we're starting this poll. Let us know what's going on. So yes, you have got. Sorry, where are we? Oh, you want to go talk to the merchant princes? All right, I'm gonna need you to be more specific.
Which ones have arrived?
You can't really tell, but a lot of people, and as you're sort of wandering around, more and more people are coming in, and it is. You had no idea that there were this many people invested in the clearing of the mine. There's already several hundred people attending. Let me see where. Is there? Can people not see the poll?
Oh,
I have it. It
was
should
able
be
to
at the
see
top of the
Oh, yeah.
chat.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
should be
click
at
on
the top of the chat. Yeah. Maybe if you're not a follower, you can't see it. I'm not sure. How that works.
Oh, is that a thing?
I don't think it shouldn't be.
I don't think it should be.
Oh, if you're a
either.
follower, if you're a sub, probably not. But if you're
Okay.
a follower, that might. Have
All
to do
right,
that.
it looks like it's gonna be the Onyx dog.
Yay! And he can talk.
Yay!
He has an
You got a little
intelligence,
doggy.
and he can talk.
Oh yeah.
There's
I'm so
I
excited.
will look into polls. If you couldn't see it, I will look into polls a little later. But yes, so there are, you see, like, you can tell that by the end of the night there's going to be probably thousands of people in this space. It is like half of the capital has turned out for this. What are you gonna, so which one are you looking for?
What was the one that we threw one? I threw one, right? Oh shoot!
Merchant Prince of
I peed on
Commerce.
3 and threw 1.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, so the Merchant Prince of Commerce you threw at your father. The Merchant Prince of Religion you peed on. The Merchant Prince of the Military you peed on. And you called the Merchant Prince of Lore's wife a whore. Yeah.
Fun times. You know what? I'm gonna find Gorf.
I don't know if Gorf is ready for this.
I'm gonna find Gorf,
I don't know if
And-
I'm ready for this.
and I think I'm going to drag him to meet all of them.
Help me, Felix. I have a lot of apologies to make. Please,
Yes, I am
for the love
prepared.
of God, help me.
All right. Just breathe,
And
Gorf. My
just-
God.
Just quickly, Fizz Cannon, let us know who is doing the push-ups. Now, who are you looking for?
Let's look for the Merchant Prince of Commerce first.
Certainly. Okay. So as you are sort of wandering through the crowd, you look over and see him. It looks like he's heading down into the mine. Your guess, he is the Merchant Prince of Commerce. Probably he is headed towards the market.
All right, I'll try to stop him before he, gets too far, just to talk to him for a minute.
The crowd is really thick. It's going to take you a while to get through it.
Gorf, you're like, excuse me, everybody. Everybody move.
And so everybody, as soon as you start making yourself apparent in the crowd, everyone turns around and is like, oh my God, you're one of them. Oh, it's fantastic. You're great. We love you so much.
Yes,
That's
thank-
great to
nice to
hear.
meet you. Hello.
I'm glad we have fans.
And you keep, unfortunately, Felix, most of them are like human height. And so you keep sort of getting jostled by everyone's knees.
I feel like they bump into me, but I'm so buff right now that I just don't even barely move.
So it feels to them as though like they keep stubbing their knees
Right.
on this just solid mass. Then they'll look down, and all they see from their angle is just a giant hat.
I feel like Felix, being the person he is a little pissed at them, but it's like it's a party. Get over it. I'm just gonna climb on Gorf's shoulder or something, I guess.
Sure,
Gorf will let him.
Gorf, is that it?
Gorf will let
Okay.
him,
So now it is a big bear folk barbarian in his little vest with a.
Well, he
with
has
little-
a nice
super-
like shirt on. He changed.
Oh, look at
Well, his
look
vest
at
is like all
you.
bloody and stuff, probably still.
That's
and-
right. It's gross.
He got like a white button up,
Yeah. Nothing super fancy.
little bow tie.
Like with like big pirate sleeves.
Like what you consider
Oh.
like the bare minimum like attire
The
for like
bare
an
minimum,
event like this.
really?
Wow.
Oh wow! I didn't even...
How about the
Wow.
bare
Cancel.
necessity, bro?
Everybody cancel Gorf right now. I won't put up with it.
That was dirty.
That was a mean thing to do to us. There's the so all right, so you have this okay dressed bear wandering through. It's like 7 feet tall, wandering through with a any direction that someone looks at you except from the front. All they are gonna see is like the bear with like a hat that looks like it's this huge hat that looks like it's sort of floating because they can't really see the mouse
Right.
folk under it. They're just off center, like there's sort of a hat floating next to your head. You didn't quite make it there somehow. But from the front, it's Felix in his fabulous little outfit, and they're all very excited to see both of you. So as you sort of make your way through the adoring crowd, you can make your way down to the market if you'd like.
Yeah, just pop by just to meet him real quick.
Certainly. So as you head down to the market, you see a few things. First off, you see there's a huge hustle and bustle on the second floor of the mine, right? Most of it is over in the areas of like the ballroom and the kitchen, things like that. But there's a fair amount of things going on in the teleportation rooms too. It looks like Peregrine and Corton sort of have kept that open for the dignitaries
Oh,
to
that's
get
cool.
there quickly.
Perfect.
So you see a whole bunch of different, so you can get to and from Joaquin Spiro really easily if you want to tonight.
So he might be leaving.
Well, no, you see him
Okay.
heading past the elemental fountain, and you see a lot of dwarves over there. It looks like they're setting up a stall for themselves. So there will now be dwarves in the marketplace, selling
thank God.
the wares of the mine. And that is going to include ingots and gems, things like that. So if you guys end up with a bunch of gold or something like that, you can come and convert it here to gems if you'd like. So it's not quite as heavy.
That's also good for like spells and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Components are gonna be awesome here.
So you see Metz. So the merchant prince of commerce, his name is Metz Happy Hand. He is halfling, and you see him heading directly to one of the stalls in the back, and you see him knock on the door, and you see that this is the new stall for the 3 hags that used to own Gruna's soul. They have set up shop very quickly in the market. What would you like to do?
Like he's business alone now.
Gorf.
I don't know enough about
And
these
missed this
things.
opportunity. Let's go talk to both of them and just see how they're doing on this fine evening.
I don't like your tone, but yeah.
Sorry, is there a tone?
No,
Sometimes it just comes out of
I
me.
just opportunity. I'm getting some weird vibes, but okay.
All right. You're right. No, where are my manners? Let's just
It
go talk to them.
it
real
seems
quick.
like, correct me if I'm wrong, that you're, you know, thinking of maybe exploiting this situation, and I think that's the exact
Exploitation
opposite of
for
what we
you.
should be doing right now. That's just me.
Or you absolute. I'm hurt. Our friendship has taken damage. And
Oh
I
my
just
god.
start.
Oh my god. I need Gorf, do you hear the sarcasm or not? When he says that.
Oh, the hurt. It is.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, it's your character, so you actually get to make this decision, sir.
Right.
I would say yes. I mean, if he was
Okay.
if he was able to understand that, hey, he had kind of had some exploitation kind of vibes,
Yes, I
then
did.
he would probably
Let's.
get the sarcasm, I think. Remember, he's
All
not
right.
stupid.
All right.
He's not
Let's go talk to
stupid.
them.
He's average.
He's average.
Actually, 11 intelligence.
So just above average.
Yeah, just above a hair.
In our world, that would be probably like an IQ of like 110.
That's fair.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay, let's
Just a small chat, just some small talk. That's all we need to do. See how they're doing.
Yeah.
So as you are
and
walking over-
apologize.
As you're walking over, you see that there is that they have gone inside the room and the door has now shut. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Is there a bell on the can I ring the? There's a bell. I can ring the bell. Hello?
So as you are approaching, I would like each of you to give me a perception check. Because you are both animal folk, I will allow you to do it. It's a hearing check, so I'll allow you to do it with advantage.
That's a crit.
And
Ooh.
I just realized that
We
I
both
did
have
everything
25s.
but I did not go into roll 20.
Oh,
That's super funny.
It's not like I've got
Insane perception
spent like
from these guys.
3 hours setting up the party.
we both got
No, I don't.
25 perception.
I
dude.
actually see it. I actually see it. It's true. It's true, folks. They did. So, there is so you hear as you are approaching before you can ring the bell. You hear, "Ooh, wow! Aren't those pretty? I didn't know that mortals collected those. Yes, we'd be very interested, both in them and in learning how someone such as you managed to mint them. Will you ring the bell?"
I'll
This is really awkward.
kind of look at Gorf, and I'll ring the bell.
Oh God.
Oh,
And
Alright.
as you do, and FYI, their space is this one here.
sorry, which one?
Let me see where I'm clicking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Kind of the like top left
Yeah.
one right by the entrance.
It is where the devils used to have their space.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they just moved right in there because it's built for contracts, which the hags love. So,
Perfect for them.
as you ring the bell, you hear a little sort of like it sounds like something is jingling inside, and you hear some rushing around, and you see one of the hags come to the door. He says, "Oh, hello, loves."
Oh, hello there, lovely.
Hi.
And when you say that, it is true because they are in their disguised form as stunningly beautiful women.
Oh. I'm. Well, this form is much more agreeable than.
Yes, we know that your kind is easily consoled, shall we say, when we put
Fair.
on this skin. Yes, what can I do for you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not disturbing any important business.
Not at all. We were simply having a little chat.
Oh. Do I see Metz? Is the door open now?
It is absolutely not. She is very much keeping like just her face in the doorway.
Well, me and Gorf are just walking around, seeing how everybody's settling in. Very impressed, actually, that you've set up so quickly, especially for this occasion.
Oh, well, thank you, dear. Yes, we had everything prepared after all. We knew how this would shake out, as it were.
Well,
Just so you know, Dwarf has literally no idea what you're trying to do. He just thought we were going to go talk to the Virtue Prince and apologize for the events that happened. He's like, it's really, really awkward for him right now, so he's just going to let you do your thing.
right, yeah. Well, none of this was actually planned, but
So,
um,
when you say we were just wandering around, I'm going to need you to make a deception check.
ooh.
Because you were not just wandering around, you were here to find the Merchant Prince.
Well,
Oh, Felix is so
we
bad
were
at
just
this.
wandering around.
Working on-
It's checking up on all of the
Oh.
merchants because it's it's such a busy day. Is there anything you need? Any favors I can help you with?
Well, first, let me see. All right, so the deception works.
Mm.
And she looks at you and she says, well, favors are always fun. We don't need anything currently, but why don't you come back when we're all settled? And we can certainly talk about a favor.
I can see if that's arranged. If perchance I am unavailable, I'm always around. So if you see me, come talk to me. And
Oh, we will.
I'll bid you goodbye. And maybe enjoy the party. And
Oh,
I'll
we
grab
certainly
more
will,
tea.
little one.
Alright. Bye.
As we get a little bit far away, I'm just gonna kick the dirt a little bit and be like, damn it.
I don't even understand what happened there.
Well, it didn't go as planned.
Guess we can
Fine.
talk
Well,
it later.
yes, we'll have to find him in the party later. Let's find one of the ones you've peed on. Let's go talk to the merchant prince of Lore if we can find him.
Oh god. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's like a bandage, just gonna rip it off.
No, that's
All
the
right.
plan. We'll be talking
They
to all of
don't-
them.
Let's see. So we don't have a gather information check in this one. In 5e, what would that be? Do you think a wisdom? I feel like it would be or no. Gather information was an intelligence check. So make
Investigation?
Thank
Can I-
you. Yes, I think investigation would probably be the right one for that.
To see if we can
You
find
are
him.
delightful.
How many
Yeah.
mouse
So
folk are in the area?
you're starting to see a few more.
Can I just
It
kind
is-
of whisper
it is-
something to one?
It is
And-
very difficult to see them.
Okay. Can I just
It's
whisper
because-
something to
11.
one
Like,
and
Dwarf got an 11.
So Gorf, you have no idea There's just, you are so confused by having this many people in the mine. You've never, in the months that you've been here, you've never seen more than like a couple dozen people, right? So this is just unrecognizable for you.
Can Gorf look and see if he could just tell the general vibe of like how people like the food?
Yeah, yes,
Or
you
if
most
he's, like,
certainly
hearing
can.
compliments or being like people be like,
Well, I mean,
like,
you would have to go. You would have to go ask them.
well, I mean,
We could do that, Gorf, if you want.
Yeah, I mean, that would make me
Is that
feel
what
better
Gorf wants
about,
to do?
about
He wants to.
talking to someone about pissing on them. Good.
I am curious. So chat. How is everyone feeling about the food? Let us know in the
that's a good
chat.
idea, yeah.
Let us know in the chat how everyone thinks of the. Gorf, why don't you tell us what you made?
well, so many things. So many things. I think there's like the big like boar with like the apple, because that's a thing.
Yeah.
I think. All kinds of meats, like every kind of meat you could think of. I'd say there is lots of pastries and little hand
Ooh.
snack foods.
Very
Like-
nice, like little bits of like little meat tarts and things
Oh
like
yeah,
that. Little
and like
Little baby
not pot
quiches.
pies. What,
little baby
uh,
quiches.
Oh yes, quiches.
Little puff pastry
Man,
thing.
I'm getting hungry. But not the.
I know. I need to order some food.
Not
God.
in
Right?
not pot pies,
Hungry
but
Meat pies.
meat pies. Yes, lots of
Yeah.
meat pies.
Yeah.
Ooh, like pasties or pasties or however.
Yes.
There's
all
something
kinds
that
of
you
pies.
haven't mentioned yet.
Wieners.
Oh, the sausage, yeah.
Sausages,
Sausages, yes,
or
of course. There's
come
there's
on
like
now.
35 different kinds of sausages.
Let
I'm
me
hungry
tell
too,
you.
Ms. Cannon.
Let me tell you. You have got like boar sausage, you've got pig sausage,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have got beef sausage, you
Chicken
even got
sausage.
like wild game sausage that's
Yeah.
like, rabbit and like snake and things like
Chicken
that. Yeah.
apple sausage.
Yep, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. It's all the sausages.
Plated
Um,
walnuts.
Oh no!
No,
Are
Gordon,
you- oh
no.
no!
Wallet
You just-
steak? Ooh.
You guys haven't gotten back from that adventure yet on the couch.
Really?
So,
No.
Yeah, they're a little ahead of us, I think.
yeah, so technically,
A
you
lot
don't
ahead of
have
us
the
now.
wallets. Yes.
Don't have the wallet.
There's,
And-
yes, people think
And
that it's
many
delightful.
dipping sauces.
Why don't you give me an intelligence save, but add your proficiency because you are a trained chef. Let me know what that looks like.
16.
A 13. So a 16. Okay, so a 16. You did very well. You
We
trained
did.
all of the
We
cooks.
did very well.
Yes, you trained all of the cooks really well how to make these things. So it's not like it is like an orgasm in every mouthful, but it is very good. Even the nobility is a little impressed by this.
I'll take it.
So yes, now why don't you give me an investigation check, Felix, to see if you can find any of your mouse folk cousins.
I got a 5.
You cannot find it. You think occasionally that you see like little feet sort of scampering, but then by the time you get there, it's gone. They're gone. So
I'll keep an eye out during the party because I know by now they've set up a network because they know how to traverse parties.
oh yeah. So why don't you tell me which? So first off, I want to jump over to Goru and see what's going on with Goru. Have you come out of your room yet?
There's just, yeah, he's just starting to leave his apartment now. He's kind of
Fabulous.
gathering himself just enough to put that smile on his face and get ready to talk to some people.
All right. So Goru the diplomat comes out. Who are you heading for?
Oh god, cat is stuck in my shirt. Um,
Dang it, I
Okay.
hate when that happens.
Yeah.
You mauled by its
no, my
back.
claws were like in my chest.
Those darn tobacco.
Right.
I don't mind that so much.
Oh,
It's distracting. Gore would like to go talk to one of the mothers that saw the incident earlier.
oh no.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to give me an investigation check. I'll let you do it with advantage because you are looking, because you really want to talk to her.
Ooh.
19.
A 19. So, as you see her sort of ahead of you in the crowd, and she seems to be heading down again into the mine, but you see her head off into the room with the hero's feast table, which for those of you who don't know, on the first level of mine, there's a giant table that's like 50 feet long that is beautifully and perfectly carved from mithril. It's one solid piece of mithril that has been carved instead of melted down and molded. And it has also been enchanted so that anyone who sits down at the table, and it can hold up to about 40 people, everybody who sits down there will get a hero's feast in front of them. And she is heading, it's also, the walls are lined with tapestries that give the history of the mine. And she is heading into that room.
I'll follow her, kind of just casually, but yeah,
Fabulous.
trying to look casual at least.
So you see her look up at the table, just mouth watering. And you see her sort of scramble up to the table, but nothing appears in front of her like it does for the other people at the table. And she suddenly realizes what she has to do. So she climbs back into one of the chairs and sits down for a second until the meal appears in front of her, and then she hops up on the table and she starts eating. And you see her whisper into the ears of a couple of the other mouse folk around her, and they go scampering out of the room. And a few moments later, you see different mouse folk pop into the room, and she'll whisper in their ears. And this just cycle keeps happening, where she just sort of keeps whispering, and then mouse folk go scampering somewhere into the party. Would you like to approach her?
Yeah, is there room to sit either preferably across from her or like a seat?
Across from her is approximately 15 feet away.
Okay, so a seat like
big-
next to her.
It's a big old table, meant to be very impressive to
Yeah.
visiting dignitaries there. So yes, you can sit down next to her.
I just sit down, kind of sit in the chair, and I just kind of lean over and just casually say, "Amazing, isn't it? Everything from the tapestries to the table to even the food. It's just awe-inspiring."
She looks at you and she's just like, "Yes, it is. It sure is. I think it's gonna be just wonderful having one of my children here."
Of course, Mother. Have you had a chance to try the food?
I have. It is delightful.
Is
All
it?
the sausages.
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful sausages. And with that, I like kind of grab my own and just like, start eating, and make kind of just looking around, and, there's Gorbu's just feeling this like resolution building, but like tension, but trying to just like relax and just again show that it's a casual thing for him. And after
As you're
Yeah.
sort of talking, a few more of the mouse folk pop in. They sort of pause when they see you talking to her, but she just sort of motions them over and whispers in their ear. Do you want to try to listen in?
No.
Okay. So she whispers, and at some point, I'm going to teach you guys to make big decisions, but I guess not today. So
Well, I think
whispers, and then they
Yeah.
leave.
Goru is Goru does not want to complicate the situation further
He's
by
polite.
perhaps getting caught listening
He,
or being
I'm
polite.
sorry, he is a trained diplomat.
Right. No,
Yeah.
diplomats are.
In
He wants
fear-
to know
In
everything.
fear, Yeah.
So, so because apparently you are too nervous to do your job properly, now you're going to get disadvantage on any charisma checks with her that you have to make.
So after like there's a pause in between like these mouse folk, and I just say, what a terrible incident earlier today.
I agree. Having to fight a demon is quite a terrible incident.
Yes, thankfully, most of us were unharmed, and
I heard that you acquitted yourself quite well in that battle.
thank you.
It was in fact the strength of your belief in our ancestors.
I do have what I hope would be quite a strong belief in our ancestors, that in our blood, and those of us that have cultivated love and light in their hearts. I think that's the most powerful force there is.
In many situations, it certainly is.
But I could not have done it alone without my brothers and sisters, and of course, just
Of
the
course
amount
not.
of support we have.
Just as the folk of Valencia cannot do it on their own, each creature is important in our culture. And it is important that we have strong and healthy leadership. Don't you agree?
Would agree. Wise words, Mother. It's actually what I came to talk to you about, if I'm quite frank. The incident that happened with my father today was inexcusable.
We heartily agree. There is, if I might be so bold,
Of course, Mother.
some of my children have been keeping tabs on the opinions of the various people on the council about the incident that happened earlier. And it looks as though there might be a spot opening up on the council very shortly.
I can see how that would make a lot of sense, Mother. As I have done some reflection, and as much as I want to defend my father, whom I love very dearly, and I know who loves me, I can no longer, and after what Corton said to me, it struck something in me. It cannot be justified.
This is quite true. Now, I need to know something about you. Don't
Yes, Mother.
I? You have been sitting with me long enough to see at least 4 of my children come and go. What did I say to each of them?
To be honest, Mother, normally while I would attempt to listen in to all conversations around me and to gather information, today I let your privacy take primary hold and wanted to have a completely honest conversation with no underlying deception or intrigue as can muddy things, and wanted to respect you in this way, even though it could have benefited me.
Discretion is the better part of valor. occasionally. Were you not distressed about what happened earlier? What course of action would you have taken?
If I was not distressed earlier,
Yes, what
Yeah.
would you have done? Would you have listened?
I kind of sit and like, for just a brief moment, I have let this previous day's incident shake me in a way that I was not as active in or present to who I am, and so I
Well-
would have, mother.
You must learn emotional endurance, but that is something that comes with age, I suppose.
To be
There
fair
is
to
a
myself,
name. There is a name that is being bandied about the halls of power of Baland, and it is Goru.
it swells my heart, mother. You know my heart for the people. You know the missions that I've gone on, how I have attempted to educate myself and put even my own preferences and interests at mine, and done my best to serve our people. To do,
I do know that. Now, I need to know whether or not you would be able to carry the mantle of leadership.
although, like any leader, there are things that I can improve on and grow in. That is what I'm dedicated to the growth and strengthening of myself, to the knowledge and empowerment of my gods.
This is why I tend not to speak to diplomats at parties. You're quite long-winded, sir. I just need a yes or a no.
Yes, mother.
It will be settled within the hour, then. You will take your father's place. We will expect you in Valencia within a week.
Yes, mother. Live to serve.
And with that, she dismisses you. How do you feel about finding out that apparently the entire leadership of the country knows exactly what happened and have decided to get rid of your father and now want you to become the ruler? They want you to take his place on the council.
Just a little bit of lore. There's the council, and then there's the head of the Ursai clan. Typically, they're the same person, but not always.
So, and for those of you who don't know, Baland is the country where all the animal folk come from. So there's like 10 different animal races. 12? 10? 12?
lot.
I can't remember. There's a lot of
That's
animal
where all
races.
the animal
Some
races
are,
come from, yeah.
yeah, so all of them are, not all of them are homebrewed. There are a few that are homebrewed, but it also has like Leonins, Tabaxi, Loxodon, all of the animal races.
Yeah.
And so, and on the council, there is one animal from each race. And so this mother, the mouse folk, the leaders of the mouse folk are known as the mothers. The mother is the mouse folk on the council.
Boru knew this day was coming, but had no idea that today would be the day. He, for a long time, thought Gorf would take his father's mantle, but realized that his father and even some of the other council members had been probably grooming him for this role in his diplomatic areas and his missions and education from a young age. And what they, at least his perspective, is that they're shifting away from a powerful kind of war leader, which was not his focus in education. And so being able to relate to many countries. So he's kind of
Fabulous.
shocked. He's like, but as soon as she said that question, Guru in his mind knew that at least he believes that this is actually what would be best for his nation. and like that's what his like heart is to be of service and bring love to
Fabulous.
people.
Yay!
just got
I
canceled.
love it. Yeah, he
no,
sure
your dad
did.
actually got canceled, guys.
Yeah, canceled hard. Canceled by the mouse vote. That's
Dude,
right.
and his
This is
son.
why.
Jeez.
This is why you do not fuck with the mouse vote,
Yeah.
because
mothers
they
are power.
know everyone. So let's head over to Dill. Dill, what are you doing during the party?
Jesus.
I am currently playing the violin with the rest of the band, but I am keeping eyes on the staircase leading down to the market to see if Eliza ever arrives through the portal.
Certainly. You see one person that you do see arrive is the Merchant Prince of Lore.
Ooh.
Comes into the tavern to listen to music. So Alden Arian steps in his fabulous robes and takes a seat at the bar.
Do we have beef with him?
You don't. Gorf does. Because Dill is the type of person that would not, you can't get drunk. So you would not have done the terrible things that Gorf did.
If I ever see Gorf wander by, I'll just sort of let him know that
we should be walking.
he's
forward,
around.
Actually.
Yeah, same with Felix, because I know they'll handle that way better than Dill. So if I ever see any of those two, I'll just let him know that I've seen him around. But other than that, I'm just keeping eyes for anyone I know mostly.
Sure. Fabulous. As that is going on, all of a sudden, there is a huge commotion that starts happening outside, up on the surface. You start hearing this sort of waves of gasps, and what's going on? What's happening? Oh my God! And you hear a couple sort of muffled screams. So I want everybody. So right now, Felix and Gorf are on the second level of the mine. Goru is on the first level of the mine, and Dill is in the tavern. So let's start. Since you are closest, Dill, what do you do?
I'll excuse myself to the band and head outside to see what's going on.
Fabulous. Goru. You start hearing out in the mine proper.
He's away at the moment.
Oh, okay. Then Gorf and Felix, after like a little bit, it travels very quickly. The gossip does. What do you all do? You start hearing people just murmuring and mumbling. Then you listen. If you listen very hard, you can hear a couple of muffled screams.
I don't even like confer with Gorf. I'm just like something's going on. I'm gonna run up.
Yep. Gorf, as much as he can in a crowd, he's gonna go there as quickly as possible. This is his party. He feels responsible.
Yeah.
So.
All right, and we will assume that Goru does the same.
Okay.
So there is.
I'm here.
So when you go out, you look up at the night sky, and you see little sparks starting to form, and then what look like little fireballs start falling out of the sky, sometimes from a few hundred feet, sometimes from like a mile up in the air. And you can't really make anything out until right above the party, you see what looks like this glistening white dragonborn in beautiful silvered armor just appears about 200 feet in the air and comes screaming and burning down to the ground and lands right on top of one of the tables that's full of food, sending it splashing everywhere. And you suddenly realize that all of those lights in the sky are people or animals.
Is there anyone around that could be causing this that I see?
No. But you do see Bandoth Noble Fury comes running out of the mine, and when he sees this person bleeding out, you watch him hold up a symbol to Moradin, and you feel the energy of the dwarven gods suddenly imbue him with strength, and he just lays his hand on this dragonborn, and you see his wounds begin to mend. As that's happening, Corton then rushes up, and you hear him scream, "Calyx! What the hell is going on?"
I'm running over to Felix and Gorf. What's going on? I'm confused.
I have
We just got here. We have
literally
as much
no
information
idea.
as you.
People are falling from the sky.
I start running towards where people are falling to administer aid.
So he's the only one that falls within the bounds of Delver Stream, but you see lights off in the distance. It's mild. Sometimes there are miles between the lights,
Wait,
but you can see them.
were there already dragonborn in the world? Would Gorf know that?
You had never met one.
Well, did we know that they existed?
Give me a history check.
Do that too.
All of
From
us.
my long lifetime,
anybody.
would I have?
It wouldn't matter whether or not you lived a long time
11.
because the plains only opened up 10 years ago. So that would be the first time that you would have
Need
experienced.
Gorf matching today. I don't know.
Right. There is so none of you have ever actually run into a dragonborn before. But Goru, in your travels around the various countries, you had heard tell very rarely and occasionally of people who looked like dragons.
What name did Corton say again?
Calyx.
Calyx? Okay, I'm going to head towards Calyx then. I'm gonna
I'm
head
following
towards
Felix.
that.
As you approach, Corton sort of motions everybody sort of like get out of the way. He helps pick up Calyx, as does Bandoth, and you see them sort of rushing over to Corton's house. You hear him yell behind him, "It's fine, everything's fine. Please enjoy the party." And as he's saying that, you realize that the sparks in the sky have all sort of stopped. It was just a very brief thing that lasted maybe a minute. And now the skies are quiet again.
Okay,
We should send out parties to see if any of the other or people are okay. Calyx, were those all people falling?
They walked away.
Yeah, they walked away.
Okay.
I'm going to look at Gorf, and I'm just gonna say, figure out what's happening. I'm gonna go do damage control, and then just like go and try to like direct people away from all of the damage while I get some of the dwarves to help clean it up.
So first of all, I would like a performance check from you.
Ooh, yay. 18.
Okay, good. Now a deception check.
All right. Ooh, 25.
Okay, with those,
Solid.
you pull out an instrument and begin strumming and singing a fabulous song about how the party is delightful and everything's great. And everybody within about 100 feet of you who hears this song, they calm down a little bit, and you sort of see waves of like people are starting to calm down a little bit. There's still a little nervous energy in the crowd. They don't really know what happened, but now they're being calmed by the music, and Corton is telling everyone to go back to the party, that everything's fine. So is there, for people who actually, which would just be Dill and Gorf, each of you please give me an intelligence check.
14.
You just
14.
no.
I'll use the +2 that I got earlier today.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
There is, so thank you for that, chat, for giving a little +2.
Who gave it
yeah.
again?
It was Danielle.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Danielle.
Thank you,
Um,
Danielle.
So you remember that on the second level of the mine, there is, in the feast room, there's that magic carpet that casts calm emotions on anybody that walks through the door. And if you
That's a good idea.
can get the crowd to move through there, you can probably calm everybody down.
I'll let Felix know this and have him sort of hoard people into that area.
Yes, come on this way, everyone, and I'll guide them through.
What are you going to offer them? Why are they going to
Wait,
follow you?
hold on. Where did you say
Here,
the
did I
carpet
hear
was?
Dill?
So it's this
Did
room
I hear
over
Dill?
here. Did you?
Yes.
Fabulous. Then you can be a part of this.
I say, like, as Felix is playing music, everybody, the dancers are coming out on the second floor. Let us all move out. They've been preparing their performance for many hours. It will be wonderful. Come, let us see what they prepared for us.
And I'll bounce off that and be like, yes, drinks and revelry this way, and I'll just.
All
I'll
right.
also catch Gruna and the rest of the band and have them move down with the
I love
dancers.
it.
Mhm.
Ethul is very sad being left alone in the town.
The Gorf is still
Yeah,
there.
drink pillow.
Poor
Where's
It feels
Corton
like gathering
and Calix
information, I
and
feel
them?
like.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
One at a time.
Uh,
What? So,
Gorf has not gone down. Is Calix and Corton and them went into the tavern?
Calix, Corton took Calix and Bandoth into his tower.
One of the tower. Gorf will go there.
Okay,
Gorf
so as you go into the tower, Corton looks at you and he says, "Oh, Gorf, yes,
I was
it
gonna
probably will be
ask
good.
how I could help.
Yes.
I figured- You weren't being completely honest when you said things are fine, so the guests are being taken care of by the others, but I figured I'd check in.
As much as I appreciate being called a liar by one of my subordinates, why don't you come inside?" There's
I mean, I would have done the same
And
thing, but
he walks in, obviously ignoring your response. He doesn't. You sit down. Corton props up Calex, who you see now is just glittering, and so it's not just his armor that glitters silver. He himself looks like he is, like, every scale is silver in a different hue. And while some of them are a little duller, many of them shine. He literally looks like he is the child of a silver dragon. His armor is carved and beautiful. It's obvious that he has been in fights with it, but he keeps it very well maintained. And it's carved with the symbols of Bahamut.
Oh, I love that. Okay, I like this guy.
Gorf sees the damage to the armor and that it's obviously not just decorative. And
As he's on a table, presumably.
Well, he's in a chair. He's
well,
been
in
healed.
his own
And,
head, that was an internal thing. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, this guy's
And
legit.
we get it. So he's been propped up in a chair, and you see Corton looking a little distressed, which is weird for Corton.
Thank you for being an ally.
You hear Bandoth sort of muttering under his breath about how, it's only been a few hours since he got back, and the world's literally falling apart. Um, uh, he looks at the Dragonborn and he's just like, Boyo, I know something's going wrong with the plains when I see it. I've been around long enough to know. What the hell was that? That takes an insane amount of power. You tell me what happened now. And Corton just sort of looks at him and he's just like, give him a minute. Not any more than that, Calyx, but I'll give you 60 seconds before you report. And they give him a little bit of time to breathe, and his sort of eyes flutter open. He comes back to himself.
After speaking to Gruna, I'm heading towards the tower as well.
Fabulous. You'll get there in time to hear the description of what happens. So both of you guys are hearing this. It turns out that Calyx was on a mission to Baitor. He was actually on a mission to Malbolge, which is Glacia's realm in the Nine Hells. And his job was to gather information about what Glacia was planning, because Corton knew she was only there to do, but he knew that she was there to do something. He didn't really know what she was up to. So he had sent one of his friends from the Prismatic Sleigh down into Malbolge to actually find out what was going on. It turns out, apparently, that Asmodeus already knows his daughter has been killed. Asmodeus, as soon as Glacia was murdered, apparently appeared on top of Glacia's palace, which is in Malbolge, the giant, enormous skull of the hag who had ruled Malbolge before her, grown to a gigantic size, unnaturally. And she set up residence in this 5-story high. Asmodeus simply appeared on top of the skull, screamed at the top of his lungs, and then waved his hands out as the entire plane was suddenly blasted with infernal flames. Anyone who was not immune to them started burning away. And while that was happening, he clapped his hands together and shut the plane off from the rest of the multiverse, exiling anyone who is not native to the lower planes. Those were the lights that you saw. It was Celestials battling on that realm, beasts from Limbo or Mechanist, humans there to trade, and an unlucky dragonborn cleric who just barely managed to survive the fall.
They got shunted to the material plane instead?
They did.
Oh.
All of those creatures, all of those lights, you have no idea how many of them actually survived but what the hell?
Well, the ones that survived the
chaos?
fall would be super dangerous.
Well, don't
Fall,
forget.
Powerful.
Don't forget that Malbolge house was a place where there were trading communities. There is a huge palace. Glacia loved her contract, so who knows what kinds of... And she has, on Malbolge, the hag's fingers grew up into 10 bone towers, which is where Glacia kept all of her enemies, including Celestials that she had captured over the millennia. So all of them just got thrown out. Asmodeus didn't care.
Can we assume that most of, like, human and humanoids, like, are not humanoids, but, like, all the traders and other people, they're not surviving that, right?
I mean, you can make whatever the hell kind of assumptions you want to. That doesn't mean they're true.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Fair.
So, apparently, Asmodeus is not super happy with the fact that his daughter just got murdered.
Who would have thought, right?
So what are you gonna do?
Question, can we send out searching parties? Do we have people for that?
I will allow you to send out, and let us introduce a new mechanic in the game. You are now rulers of this mine and this city. You, in fact, can send out. If they like you as rulers, will they actually respond? So there are 3,000 dwarves currently in residence. There are 100 hobgoblins, 500 goblins, 10 dryads, and a few others that are here. For larger populations, every 100 creatures counts as one unit. So you could certainly send out that many. They will be gone for in order to actually go and discover what's going on. They might be gone anywhere from a day to a month, and will be unavailable to do things.
The hobgoblins are the major clerics, right?
Hobgoblins are not actually, some of them are clerics, but most of them are not. They're defenders. They weren't the actual clerics of the temples.
You should send
Those
out
would be the
goblin-
dwarves that are returned now.
Goblin
Yes.
scouts. Just get information only. Non-contact. They're dangerous for the
Do-
public.
Do we have any clerics that could that wield slightly more powerful healing or resurrection magic?
You currently do not, because you have
Yeah.
not taken up those tasks.
Do we have clerics that can heal, just fix a wound?
I will say that there are some. Like, you could include one cleric in each group that you sent out.
I think that would be a good idea.
All right. Because there's probably going to be a lot of math involved in that. We can do that after stream. We can decide who gets sent where. For now, there has been a rain of bodies onto, and it's obvious that it happened all across the face of the planet. They are everywhere, and you have no idea. So, what are you going to do now? The party is still going on. People have all gone down to the second floor to go see the fabulous dancers and listen to the delightful music. How is the party going down there, Goru Felix?
Great. We are dancing.
Very lively. Almost uncontrollable. There's so many people, but they're all
I love it.
doing their own thing. Many of them even wandering throughout other parts of the mine to the merchants and to the maybe even trying to explore the fourth level a bit.
Oh, they
Or-
can't get there. They actually
They
cannot get past. They cannot get past the second level.
They can't
No one-
even get past the second level? Oh, okay.
Nope. No one without a loyalty rune can get past the market.
That's gonna
Goru,
be, I'm gonna write that down.
Goru is currently trying to organize a large group of people for like an easy dance that he's gonna lead with his dancers that they prepared earlier to do with the crowd. To
Fabulous.
get them engaged.
Yay! All right. I would like you both to make me checks.
Performance? Okay.
You can actually do them. You can each do them with advantage because
Okay.
you are supporting each other,
Yay.
and
Oh,
because
that's
you're in the
good.
room with the calm emotions. So not only
Uh,
will I give you advantage, I'll give you a +5 because that is a really powerful enchantment to have on your side.
You're
So
too
Goru-
You're too kind.
Oh
Holy
my god!
So +5 from that?
Oh
Okay.
my
Yeah,
God!
totally. A million. Yes. I
33.
am.
No, 33 for your performance check.
18.
So the entire party is just enthralled with what is happening here. This is the best time that these people have ever had. This is the only thing they're going to be talking about. And because everyone is having such an amazing time, anytime you from now on want to try to find something in a marketplace on the second level, or try to convince someone to join the marketplace that is from this world, because word's going to get out about how amazing the parties are, you will do so with advantage.
Yes. Oh my
Sick.
god.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
overpowered for me. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Well, you critted. Like, this is legit.
Yeah.
This is the event of the season. People thought the night market was amazing. People are like, we should just do the night market here next year.
They should, and they.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, so that's what's going on down there. So the whole party is calm. They barely remember that people were like falling out of the sky. They'll talk about it tomorrow. But for tonight,
Well, they'll find
everyone's
out what actually
super
happened
excited.
tomorrow and
Yeah,
realize
I
how
imagine-
bad it actually
Right.
was.
Man,
Yeah.
that party was awesome. Do you remember someone falling out of the sky? What? No, you were drunk.
There is, yes. So, and thank you for following Ira Janos. I love it. There's, you get a little wink from Corton, little wink. There's, so you now know that something really dangerous is happening in the lower. You don't know what. All of the spies, anybody that would know who's not from the lower realms, is gone now. Has been ejected.
Can you remind me of something?
Maybe.
The scrying room we have on the third floor. How did that work?
Okay, you are making me pull up all the other documents right now. Hold on.
I just
a
want to know
moment.
if we can use that to find some
No,
of the
I'm-
people
I'm
that might
here
have been
for-
shot.
This is the reason that I write all of it down, so that when somebody asks me a question like this, I can say, "Give me just a second." I'd like to hear more. While I'm looking this up, I'd like to hear more about this fabulous party that's going on in this room. Paint me a word
Oh.
picture, Felix, about what you did to make this party amazing.
You know what? While everything is going on, Goru is, kind of conducting, really, his dancers, and I see everything going on. Gruna is here too, and she's playing her flute. What I do is, while I'm kind of dancing around the party, getting the crowd involved, I cast Fly with my bardic DOS lute, and I'm just flying over the crowd, and even a little bit of prestidigitation to make some lights and some sparks and stuff appear, and just really kind of making a huge show of it.
That's awesome.
I imagine Felix is lying on his side while flying, and
Yeah.
Right.
he's
Kind
in
of,
the
floating
Jeff
around.
Goldblum position, where he's just
Oh my god.
Yeah,
flying around.
But I'm just kind of sitting in a note-shaped lounge chair as I'm just going around like that. While we're doing this huge show, the group sent from the Bard's College finally arrived, and I kind of fly around them and kind of direct them to different areas of the mine, to just so that way there's entertainment everywhere.
Fabulous. So you see Hovel Lightfoot, the head of the Bard's College, and the Merchant Prince of Loyalty, looking up at you with her eyebrow raised. With that, I will now answer Dill's question. So the way that it works is that dwarves from the temple, which is the temple of Marthammer Duin, dwarves, clerics from that temple need to be sent out on missions to mark places. They can discover new places, or they can mark places that you want to send them out to. So currently you have on there Joaquin's Spiral, you've got Dustbury, you've got Delver's Dream, you've got Splinter's Point, you've got Fog's Cradle, Orne Olba, The Hissing Way. So everything in Merchantry you've got. You can scry anywhere that you want to using that if you know something about the area, right? So you can't just say, I want to scry on a library in this place. You have to be like, hey, I want to scry on the tavern where Zugathir and Dill had the drinking contest. And then you can scry on that tavern. Or I want to scry on the Grand Library in Joaquin's Spiral.
Could you say
now
something
mind
like... All right, go ahead.
mind you, if it's protected from scrying, you can't see into it. And if there's somebody that knows magic, they'll be able to see your sensor, and they'll know that somebody's scrying.
Could you say something like, I'd like to look at the closest
No,
person that fell?
that's already a no. That's already a no.
Yeah. That's,
So it wouldn't really be useful in this search.
scrying's pretty specific in general.
Yeah.
You need to know exactly what you want to look on.
So there is attempting to search, like for instance, you could search Delver's Dream. You could say, I want to see Delver's Dream, and then you could sort of move up higher and higher until you could see the area around, or something like that. So you could get a general area. You could
so
certainly
you can manually
do,
look.
Or landmarks in the area that we would know of.
So could you have it just move around like Fog's Cradle searching?
No, you
Oh,
would
okay,
you
never
would
mind
you would want to like say like, I want to scry on Annika's old hut
Okay.
in Fog Cradle. And then you could sort of see and if something had happened immediately around that area, you could see it, but you couldn't.
Right.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
gotta
so
be
probably not useful for this.
no, but useful for a whole lot of
Oh,
Oh yeah, I think we've been sleeping on this. This can be
You really have.
really useful.
you've been sleeping on this, you've been sleeping on the fact that you can research. Now you have 2 magical libraries at your disposal.
Well, to be fair, Todd, we didn't actually have a lot of time to use any.
Well, it's
Gerald
not-
and I did use it during the downtime.
Right. Oh, that's
Right.
right. Derval did.
Yeah,
So
before he shit himself to death, I think was the last words.
no.
He's
He
too
went off
busy
on a
building a
mission.
temple.
That's
he
right.
went on a
He's
mission.
building his
Okay.
temple. Wow. Someone doesn't like religion. Okay, you bastard.
I would leave that to our religious diplomat.
Yeah.
So yes. So that's how that's gonna work. All right. What do you? I'm Gorf and Dill. What are you gonna do? Are you just busy, like sending out search parties?
yeah, I think that's probably the biggest priority. And
Yeah.
I think the
I'm like, we're-
instructions are that if you know what it is and it's really clear, like if it's like a celestial or if it's like a human and not like some kind of thing that's dangerous.
I'm gonna need you to get a little more specific.
So the priority is information gathering, and leave it to the discretion of the search party to determine whether it's worth or safe to approach and administer healing as needed. But
Yeah, we don't want him to get in
Okay,
danger.
so anything that they come across that they feel like needs healing and isn't going to kill them.
yeah,
They
you know, use
Yeah.
discretion in terms of danger. Their safety is the most important thing. But allow them
All right.
to use some discretion in terms of healing. But
Cool. How
Can
many search parties do you need to have?
I'd say probably like my initial knee jerk was like 15, but
God.
Okay.
that
All right.
I think that's probably good for right now.
Can we have
Now,
like
mind you-
15 of like 5 people or so? Would that be?
Yeah. Everything is going to be. It's going to be 15 of. It's going to be 15 units
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
100 people
So,
each.
Can we supply each unit with like a sending stone or something?
You do not have that many right now.
Yeah.
Can you prioritize?
Yeah. No.
Can
No,
you
you
prioritize
cannot.
groups of closeness and longer distance? So send out some groups that are close and can report back quickly in the immediate area, and then send out groups that are longer range with sending stones. to
So
go
no,
longer
you
distance.
cannot supply them with sending stones.
Oh, sorry.
I think
But I
No.
thought you said. I thought you
That's a
said
no.
all. I thought you said all, not.
That is a
yeah.
no.
That's my bad.
I think probably the best bet is to send out about 15, explore the surrounding countryside within like a day or within like 2 days journey.
Okay,
Just to
we
get
can
a sample
discuss
size.
logistics
Yeah.
later
That's fine.
because this is going to be. They're not going to come back tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to send out 15. I will remember that. We will get to it after the stream. All right. So you've done that, Felix. You have done an amazing job, just a phenomenal job, calming everybody down with the party. And after it takes about an hour for you all to sort of get through all of this. And in that hour, you hear somebody hollering at the gates.
The gates.
Yes, the gates to Delver's Dream.
Oh, like this is Palisades. Yeah.
Maybe
Yes,
that's
that's a
one of
stone
them.
wall.
Yeah, we should be prepared.
We should check it out.
Yeah, let's-
Felix and Goro, you do not hear this. Things are very loud downstairs. I'm sorry. As that happens, you see Corton and Bandoth both sort of look at Calyx, the Dragonborn, make sure that he's gonna be okay for now, and they both head with you down to the actual stone walls. As you approach, you see a Loxodon who has a Gorf. What is their name? The special Loxodons?
The Untamed.
The Untamed. He is wearing one of the bracers on his tusk. The bracers of the Untamed. They are there to guard the border between Nonked and Merchantry. And the only
We met them, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, we had spotted
The
them.
only space on the border where the Nonkedians can actually enter Merchantry is a small mountain pass, and they were tasked with defending that space. He arrives. He is obviously out of breath. He sort of stumbles as you open the gate for him, looks at Corton and just says, "It's a nightmare," and then collapses.
Oh,
Is
Sorry,
the
I think
border
I am
unsafe?
getting...
Good ones.
yeah,
You what?
many things at once. Yeah, you must
Yeah,
be
there's a
talking-
lot going
You
on.
must be talking about non-kit, because
You see like 3 other Loxodons like down the road, probably a mile, sort of going a little slower, trying to make sure that they don't lose consciousness. This guy apparently was supposed to come and be the warn everyone.
Is anyone wounded?
They don't look like it. What are you gonna do?
Should we meet them halfway?
Make a decision, please.
Yeah, let's go out to meet him. Yeah, Gorf will go out to meet him.
Fabulous.
I'm gonna
Fabulous.
summon my scythe, but I'm gonna just keep it like a staff. You sort of, without the bladed part, I just have a staff with a lantern on, and I'm just gonna make sure that they see the lantern and follow it.
Awesome. So you all head out with Corton and with Bandoth, and you reach them, and they look at you and they say, "Thank God. It's too much. I don't know what we're gonna do."
Please,
And Corton
please
just
explain.
looks at them. It's like, "Yes, if you wouldn't mind. There's already, I'm not sure if you saw the literal sky falling. What's going on with the pass?" And you hear Bandoff under his breath be like, "Those goddamn Nankedians. They're still up to being just little bastards on the border. Oh, I
It's
hate
worse than even that.
For those of you who don't know, the Lich Queen that abandoned Nanked 1,000 years ago, just as a calamity was happening, has recently come back and killed one of her descendants in order to take the crown. And she is now doing something. And as the Loxodons explain it to you, it looks like the Lich Queen has started her Warforged program in earnest. Apparently, she has a plan to empty out entire cities of their inhabitants, murder them, use their souls to power new Warforged, and raise their bodies as zombie warriors. And apparently the Thrykeen are helping. They describe to you that at every accessible spot that they could find along the border of Nanked, there are now armies massing. Not too many at the moment, but
Jesus.
as you see, what they describe to you is literally a row of zombies followed by a row of Warforged. And right now there's only like 1 or 2 rows. But if you watch the cities in pairs, a zombie and a Warforged about once a minute join their brethren on the border. Soon there will be thousands of them at every spot along the border of Nanked. Right now, they seem to just be standing there. You have no idea for how. You have no idea why they aren't attacking. You just know that they are standing there, and literally every minute, their numbers increase.
Raise an army.
I'd say so.
I don't even think the full weight of Valencia would be able to stand against this. This is not just an attack on one country, but an attack on all creatures.
Who knows what a Lich Queen would want? Oh. And now you have learned that. It looks like things all across the plains, home and abroad, are falling the fuck apart.
We couldn't even have a freaking party. Come on, DM, come on.
Terrible.
They
Join
haven't
the
even gotten
freaking
to
party.
play with Felix.
Yeah,
Right,
terrible.
not yet.
It's true. It's true. They have not gotten to play with Felix yet. But there is
We're gonna find
Danielle.
another episode.
Maybe they are just nice neighbors. Probably not, though.
Oh god.
Now, what are you going to do?
Well, what can we do right now? We can't let them swarm into merchantry. Do we blow the pass? Make sure that they can't pass through?
I mean, that's always an option.
We'll
But don't
find
forget,
another
they
way,
are
but that's the only one currently.
they are robots and
They
undead.
don't need to use
They
it,
will
need to
just dig
sleep.
through it.
They'll just. They don't have to worry about supply lines. They don't have to worry about feeding the army. They can just
Nope.
move them wherever and however they want.
They don't get tired.
They never. No, they won't get.
If they fall, they'll get right up.
They don't. Actually, I don't know. Maybe the Warforged feel pain, but zombies don't.
Nope.
There you go,
But,
Happy party, everyone!
Happy party.
well, we have to send messages to all the kingdoms, let them know the situation. They'll have to answer.
Well, thankfully, you have a lot of diplomats down there. So
Well,
now-
it seems we'll have to ruin the party.
are you going to try to tell everyone tonight?
Well, maybe not. Let them
Should
have.
we give everyone one last night? Calm before the storm.
maybe we should.
Make a choice. Fabulous. Then as Felix and
riders in the
Guru
party.
entertain everyone, as Dill and Gorf contemplate what the hell they are going to do to keep themselves from having panic attacks while they're talking to everyone tonight, as the party rages on as though the sky is not falling and the world is not about to end, we will end our session today.
Oh no.
Fuck. Holy fuck. That was.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, so many times I got freaking goosebumps. That is so cool. But holy shit, am I stressed out trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
That's right, you are.
Oh my god.
So-
good.
So, just FYI, everybody, thank you for coming today. Thank you for all the follows. That is glorious. It helps us out so much. Later on this week, let me let you know what's going on. So, Denise, I'm sorry that you missed most of the stream. It's okay. We've got a VOD. It's super fun.
Definitely watch
All right.
it. There's so much going on.
There's
too
a
much
lot
going on.
happening. There's a lot happening. There is. Now, tomorrow we are not going to be having our normal art stream with Gear, but we are going to be doing instead. We are going to be doing our writing stream with Bramble Books, which is going to be glorious.
Nice.
We're actually going to be talking about projects that we are working on currently, and we're actually going to work on them in stream, right? So if you want to come and help us build worlds, because that's what we're doing, we would love to have you there, to have a glorious time and give us fabulous inspiration, which is exactly what you do. The reason these things are so much fun is because you inspire us to do glorious things. So then Friday, of course, we are going to have our MTG Arena Smackdown, which will be glorious. That'll be
Yeah.
super fun and delightful. Lando and I are going to beat the hell out of each other,
Oh,
so
yeah.
definitely come over there. We are happy to share our information on Arena, so we can actually battle it out with you. So that's glorious too. I'm very excited about that. And then we will be back next week with our Hunter's Harvest, which will be fantastic as we try to figure out what the hell is going on in this goddamn temple. So thank you everybody so much for coming. Please, if you love what you see, head over to check out our links down below. Go check out our Patreon, our website, all of that kind of stuff. We've got all kinds of fun things down there. It really helps us out. It allows us to keep making fabulous content for you every time somebody subs or helps us out in some way like that. And for now, let us go raid another channel.
Let's
Who
do it.
is there? It looks like nobody is up of our normals right
What?
now.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, that's weird.
it's a lot.
It is. It's a weird off week. Let me see. I'm actually going to pop out of here real quick, and I'm going to see just if it's up and about right now that might be delightful and glorious. Let me see. I'm not getting a whole lot of suggestions. So what we will do is we will pop over to this guy, the Baronade. He is playing Super Mario 64 right now. Do you want to see that? Or the other option is I was going to end the stream a little early today so that we could actually discuss logistics of sending parties out and things like that. It's going to be much drier. It's not going to be like super storytelling. It's going to be just logistical in nature. But if you'd like to see that, we can certainly do that and wait for one of our friends to pop on. So chat, let me know. Let me know if you're interested in that at all. If not, we will raid into Baronade. If you are, then we can hang out a little longer and we'll just have the discussion in front of you instead of behind closed doors. And isn't that exciting all the time? Just glorious. Just fucking glorious is what it is.
We can do another poll. Those are always fun.
I hope. All right, we're gonna do
If he doesn't care.
a new poll. Yeah, he doesn't care. Let's see. There's what I'm gonna say is because I feel like today is a storytelling day. Let's do the raid. Let's do the raid,
I think, yeah.
and then you'll get to hear the results next time, and it'll be fabulous.
Sounds good.
All right. And we
Next
are
time
headed
on Delver Stream.
next time in a world
In
where
a
people
world.
fall out of the goddamn sky.
Right? Crazy. No. What Player Knowledge is bringing to the potluck?
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Are you bringing a I'm bringing a broken cleric
Yeah.
to the potluck. What are you bringing?
Silver dragon meat.
Yay!
Oh,
All right, rating, and everybody have a fabulous
Take care,
day.
everybody.
Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.